So in today's video, I'm going to do a wiper delete on the back of the Golf, and you're going to see how I did that. This is what it looks like here. So you guys see me, hello. There you go. Nice big grommet. If you remember from before, it was just a kind of the bit for the wiper hanging out. So got rid of that, cleaned it up, and got this wee guy on there. Looks a lot better, so stay tuned and you'll see how. Starting off here, you can see that we need to take off the plastic trim around the boot lid. This is got 2 screws in it, which I'm undoing the first one now. Now these aren't too tricky to do, they're pretty straightforward, just a couple of Phillips head screws, and then once they're off, it is just clips after this. Now I found the clips are a bit of a pain. They are definitely on there quite tight, and it's obviously made so it doesn't rattle around or anything like that, so it does not come off the easiest, but it came off eventually. You feel like you're going to break it, but it does just pull off. So I struggled with this bit for a good 5-10 minutes. Obviously it's sped up here, but it does eventually come off. Well, that was an absolute nightmare, but that is out, and it doesn't look like we've got too many casualties on here. Looks like it's probably been off before though. There's one over here, but they just slide back in, so you just kind of squeeze it a bit, put it back in, job done. And now got access to the motor, so need to get that off. It looks like just 3 bolts, these ones here, and then there'll be wires to unclip, and that should be it. And that's it out from this side. Got both the cables here, well, cables here and then pipe here for the washer. And this is all the parts down here and the tools that I used. Last bit is this wee bung, which should just come off. There we go. Just need to clean that now, and then it'll be ready for the new bit. So here is the silicone that is provided with the kit, and here is the bung. So here I'm just going to put it down on this little bit of tape, just kind of hold it in place a little easier and make it easier for myself. And then with that silicone that is provided, I will just kind of try to put it down around the edges very carefully. As you can see, I put a glove on just so I can smear it in a wee bit, just going around the edges really carefully. And it doesn't need to be perfect because you can wipe it off with the glove. That's what I did at the end. So just going around, getting a good layer on there just so it's not missing any gaps, because you don't really want any water going into the boot. So just taking my time going around the edges and making sure I've got good coverage. And here you can see it's not perfect, but it will do for now. I've got this little kind of bit of card that I'm trying to push it down and make it a little flatter and get the excess off around the edges quickly. As you can see, it has done actually a decent job, and it's kind of made it a lot smoother. So let's put it on the car now. On the inside here, I've put a bit of tape just to kind of hold it in place, stop it from moving around. And then on the outside is just a wee bit of excess coming out. I'm using the glove to kind of wipe that off, which is fine because this will rub off anyway. Give it a clean after properly once it's kind of set a wee bit more, but just a quick wipe for now just to get the most of it off. Now I'm just putting a wee bag on the end of the connector and zip tying that on so that it's nice and watertight. And then on the washer fluid cable I am putting on a zip tie just to kind of crimp it so no fluid comes out and leaks into the boot. Now let's check back once this is all dried. That's the back on now, all fitted up. There's a slight gap around here, but I think that's just the clips kind of worn out a bit. Had a bit of trouble with a bit in here, popped back off, and had to take the whole thing back off just to get that in. But it's on now, and it's done. Pretty bad lighting now, but you can just see that it's on there. Looks pretty good. It is slightly sticking out a wee bit, but not too bad, and it is slightly darker than the window, but I think it looks a lot better than what it was. And then obviously just had everything was tied up inside of here, so I'll show this again when it's better lighting and hopefully get a better look on it, see how it is. But yeah, so far I'm happy for that. £7 or something, so a little cheap mod there. So it's a different day now to the last clip that you will have seen. Obviously I'm in a different outfit, so just wanted to show you in the daylight what I've got here. So final product looks pretty good, definitely from a distance. I won't show too much because there is quite a few things that have changed with the Golf. Little hint, you don't see rust around here anymore, and it may look slightly different, not too much right now because it is quite dull today, but there is quite a lot of changes, and that is the reason that this video has taken so long to do. I'm actually recording another video right now, so just quickly uploading this, and yeah, that's basically it. That's done, looks pretty good. I'm actually waiting to get some detail stuff on the window because obviously it's looking pretty bad from being in the garages quite a lot. So yeah, that's it for this one. Stay tuned.